This is my Mazda B2500 pickup truck. It is essentially a Ford Ranger, and I actually owned this car once before, around about 8 years ago, and I use this as a daily driver. I seen it, it looked like a mini truck, it was lowered, it had like banded wheels on it, and most importantly, it was a single cab, so it had an absolutely huge bed. So when I was buying and selling motorbikes, I could get a motorbike in there straight, or in fact 2 of them, and I just thought it looked incredibly cool. Turns out it wasn't that practical. It had the 2.5 turbo diesel engine in here, which wasn't the most sprightly. And I decided, you know what, I better sell it off, I'll get a van, because it was getting more serious, and I hadn't seen it again. That was until I was sent an eBay link by Dan to say that this was available to buy on an eBay auction. So I checked it out and I actually managed to win it for £1,000. Now, the reason it's sat here not getting worked on is because it's actually had quite a lot of changes since I first owned it, mainly under the bonnet. And I thought we'd buy this and we would try and fix it up, but we're actually really busy working on a load of other projects. We're probably not going to end up doing this because it would be quite a big project, I think. And we're going to find out exactly how big of a project today, because we're going to drag this out, get it in the workshop. We'll get Ben to give it a check over with us, find out exactly how much work it needs to get this finished, and then maybe offer it to one of you guys to buy. It will be on Instagram, available for you to check out. So it doesn't drive. I'm going to have to get the buggy or a quad bike and drag it out, and we'll see if we can get it in the workshop, and we will see just how much work is involved with this car.
I didn't realise how long it was.
It's a shame. I do love it. It's a cool thing.
It is a cool truck.
Job done. So the reason I was interested in this, other than it just being my old car, is that it no longer has a 2.5 diesel engine in it. If I can find the bonnet release, I'll show you what it has got. So you might have seen this on a walk around video where we said about this, and it has now got a Mazda MX-5 engine. We think a 1.8. It's in, the gearbox is fitted, but other than that, we don't know. It doesn't run. Here is all the cabling for the cabling. Does it have a bonnet stand? No, we might need a bit of wood or something. Is that it? Oh, there it is, well done. That's annoyingly low. So what we thought we might have done was get this running and maybe fit something exciting like a supercharger or a turbocharger to it. But as I say, we've got 1,000,001 projects, as you can see, parts of around us. So we're going to offer this to someone else to do, but before we do that, we're going to check it out properly and find out exactly what's going on with it. So what have you found, Ben?
I have noticed inside the car, so whoever is going to tackle this project is going to have the full wiring loom and fuse box, which is probably quite a vital component to getting this car actually running, and also the tail end of the prop shaft. So I think the Mazda one is still on the diff. You've got another Mazda one from the MX-5 inside the car, so you've got both ends to marry up a full prop shaft and some power steering hoses and stuff. So it looks like somebody had everything in place to actually finish this project. They just didn't get that far, so there's not too much to order short of an ECU. Which you would probably go a standalone ECU anyway, so you don't have to worry about any immobilizers or anything like that.
The actual bed on the back is starting to rust out pretty badly. You can get the replacements of those, not necessarily, you probably just buy a whole other Ford for this project. I actually saw one for sale for 1,500 quid the other day. It was on 200,000 miles, I might add. Or maybe you could repair it, but I don't know what kind of state the chassis is in. When I had it, it had lowering blocks in it, and the springs had been flipped, or the block had been flipped so that it was really, really low. But what's happened since then? I have no idea.
One thing that is cool is somebody has plumbed up the full exhaust system. One less job for someone to do. There is a MAF sensor in line there, which looks to be like an MX-5 MAF. So obviously they were getting ready to, plug and play, put a wiring loom in this thing. The heater matrix core has all been plumbed up, ready to go. All the clutch slave cylinder has been plumbed in, all the hydraulic slave cylinder. One less job to do there. And your fuel line's plumbed in. Short of a wiring loom and a prop shaft, this car is ready to go. I think it's quite a bit further along than I actually had anticipated.
Oh, that's not telling me you want to actually...
I don't know. This looks pretty achievable now.
This is why you don't leave projects lying around in your yard like we have, because you just kind of forget and your mind goes to the worst case scenario.
It'll be interesting to see now. Let's get it up in the air. Let's see how good of a job the gearbox mounts have been done.
Before we get up in the air, I want to show you inside, because there's some things on here that were on this car when I had it that make it quite cool. It's not really original. So we got leather heated seats, which do work. The controls are down here. These are out of an Audi TT Mark 1. What else do we have? We got a little Bluetooth radio, but that's nothing too exciting. This gear knob wasn't in here, this kind of high one. That's obviously come off the Mazda, and that steering wheel wasn't on there. I can't, or maybe it was. I can't remember. I think something like that may have been. It was a cool thing to drive. It was just a little slow. It wasn't too bad, but I did actually really like this. You know, it started up every time on the button. Not that makes any relevance now because it hasn't got the same engine. Yeah, none of that's really important if it doesn't drive. Definitely looks a little crusty.
You're kidding me. Have you seen what I've just seen?
It's actually got the prop shaft in.
I don't know where that came from because I've never looked underneath it. Maybe you said it didn't have one?
No, I don't think I did because I thought it did. Originally, I thought it did, and that was part of it. They'd done the prop shaft, and then you were like, "Yeah, I thought you'd looked underneath." You're like, "Nah, prop shaft's not in." So you'd have to get a custom prop shaft.
I don't remember that. So that's all. The full exhaust is done. The prop's done. All the fuel system's done. We've got an inline fuel filter up here. Oh, this is well further along than I thought.
Do we just...
A little bit of trimming required up here because the gearbox is going to touch the frame a little bit. But obviously the gear selector's inside the car as you would have, as you'd expect.
Do we just get an auto electrician to wire it all up for us? Make it an awful lot more valuable, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's food for thought, isn't it? This isn't a million miles away. This is just wiring at this point.
I wonder if that's why they abandoned it. This was like a fabrication type shop. Obviously a guy who likes doing projects. And he's obviously done a lot of work to this.
He's done an excellent job with the engine mounts. Big, thick steel plate with polyurethane bushes in them.
Yeah. When I bought it, I thought, oh, well, at least maybe we could have like a little drift truck or something. It is, you know, quite flaky. Whether it'd take a lot of work welding wise to go back on the road, I think.
There is a lot of surface rust on the actual chassis, but there's no holes in the chassis.
No, the chassis is sound. You'd have to just clean it up.
It's the body, isn't it, that is...
Get the ice blasters down and sort it out.
I mean, the bed is a bit worse for wear, but maybe you did like a little ute stuff. You know, like the Australian utes, they have a flat bed.
You know what I'd like to do is like an exoskeleton one. We'll just tube it up.
Yeah.
Tubular frame, big wing on the back, supercharged MX-5 engine. This is the problem when you're like, right, that old project's been sitting around, let's get it sold, and now we're like, oh no, actually, I remember why I bought this, it's cool.
It's almost like the coating.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah, it's like a surface layer.
It's like, yeah. It's not like a proper a proper rusty hull.
You'd have a fair few advisories on MOT though, wouldn't you?
Yeah, if you were to go with this, I think at some point you'd likely pull the body off and give everything a rub down in undercoat.
Yeah.
But there's no holes in it. I can't see any holes anywhere.
Other than through like the actual...
Oh yeah, the body, but the actual chassis.
It's only cost us £1,000 at this point. Let's say you spent another... What's someone going to charge you? Probably £1,000 to wire it all up.
Yeah, I think you'd be best speaking to a Mazda specialist, someone maybe who gets involved with, standalone ECUs, that sort of thing, who are going to know the wiring looms like the back of their hand. Because I can't see, like even the clutch has been wired up, the hoses have been connected.
What? So I take it the old diesel, they've reused the diesel tank for the petrol tank now? Or is it a new tank? Is that all plumbed up to the fuel cap? I mean, the fuel, yeah. I mean, we're assuming that's...
What is that? Hello.
Hey!
Hey, how much does this cost us now?
That's a fancy set.
That's adjustable, that is.
Look at that, quick ratchet.
Well, somebody was working up here, weren't they?
They'd
It would
probably...
appear they've used the diesel tank, yeah.
Yeah.
Hold up.
Oh, oi!
What else have we got up here?
Yeah, it's like Christmas.
Do you reckon this was the last project they were doing before they got, I'm selling it?
It'd be a shame to not get it going now.
The radiator's plumbed up. It's all plumbed in.
So heater matrix, things like that would be plumbed in?
It's all, heater matrix is plumbed in.
Get out of town.
Yeah. It's quite a bit further along. You just don't know. It's the first time really seeing it. I've seen it in the yard, obviously, just sat there. I never really paid it 2 minds, but somebody has really done a good job, like the hoses for the radiator. They've tigged up a little elbow that comes off the block. Well, I guess if you see it on Instagram, we've decided to sell it, but if you don't, we're sending it.
Yeah, you might see either an advert saying it's for sale or an advert saying we want an electrician. You know,
This whole video has just taken a huge U-turn.
Yeah. If it owed me like £3,000, I'd probably be like, it's just let someone else have it. But it only owes £1,000. So if you spend that again and you've got it running, is it worth more than £2,000 then?
Well, here we go,
Probably
guys.
not, but
do you know anybody who is familiar with these wiring looms and is willing to take this job on?
someone will be, because everyone works on Mazdas. You know, Mazda MX-5s.
10 a penny. They're one of the biggest cult following cars out there. There's somebody out there who is game for getting this thing running, helping us get it running.
Wish I'd bought that one that I saw for 1,500 quid now. I'd have had a fresh body to go on the back. Any bits and pieces, spares that we needed. It might still be available. Let's go around objectively. Let's say, for this to have real value, it needs to go back on the road, doesn't it? It needs so much like fabrication welding work. Unless someone wants it as a drift truck.
Yeah, so to actually go back on the road, there is a lot of love that is needed here. It's like this crash structure here has been bent, it's been hit. We'd have to sort that out when it's all welded onto the car.
Yeah, there's a bird's nest there. So
realistically, it's a body off job. You might want to get the frame shot blasted.
yeah, body off's really easy. I've had that off before. In fact, I have a picture somewhere where I had the body off. I can't remember what I was doing, but I had the body off, or the rear body off or something.
Yeah, so you'd have to shot blast the actual chassis and coat that with some underseal or whatever you coat it in. The body, the actual cab isn't horrendous.
It's not horrendous, but it
not
definitely needs some
horrendous,
work in some places.
But it does need work, especially in the front arches.
I mean, yeah, you could.
The mounting area is okay, but the sill is starting to get a hole in.
Yeah, this sill over here is.
Yeah, so you're in for a set of sills.
Probably just give myself tetanus there. I reckon they're my old zip ties from like 9 years ago, because then even that one, keeping it tight, because it would rattle around and you'd hear that rattling down the road. I love the fact that you've still got the old diesel downturned exhaust on it. That's probably still the old diesel back box, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And they've just connected it here. So you could have a cool like Jap can on the back. I mean, if you really wanted to go for it and you had like a donut, you could have twin exit things on there if you've got your turbo, spitting flames out the back. Quite easily, I could fabricate up I say quite easily, but it would be within the realms of my capabilities to make up a frame for it on the back. When we first started looking at this, we were talking about getting a supercharger off an R53 Mini, which is quite a common thing to do on a Mazda MX-5. You remember how much sort of cost was involved with doing something like that?
Couldn't remember. I was a big advocate for turbo in it, but you wanted to do it on supercharger.
I wanted zip, 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 zip. Supercharging noises. Just because it would make it feel, yeah, I don't know. Turbo would probably be easier, but supercharged sounds cool.
You need to use like an off-the-shelf kit, I think. There's plenty of them out there, and the engine bay has so much room, way more room than an MX-5 ever had. So there's loads of room for activities in there. Maybe
we'll put it to you in the comments. Do you want to see us turn this, in a first instance, into a running, driving car that I think we should take to like a little drift event? Because even if we smash the rear tub up or whatever, sliding into a barrier, we just go to like one of those Dakota drag and drift days.
It turns heads, this thing. It's a weird old thing. It's so low, it's long, and you're right, it would look sick with your Ducati bolted down in the back.
If I was to keep it and use it, it would have to be fast, because it was never fast, and that was the one downside to it, really. Anyway, get at us on Instagram, shifting_metal. If you want to buy it or you want to work on this and be part of a video where we get it running, then let us know. Let's just clean the yard out. We've got so many projects going on. It'd be great to have another space back, make room for, I'm sure, other bits and bobs we've got coming through. I really don't know. I really don't know now. Get at us in the comments or on Instagram. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I guess we'll be doing an update on this one way or the other now. Well, maybe, I don't know. Maybe it will just get sold and that'll be it. It'll be gone. But everyone, of course, everyone in the comments is just going to say, yeah, fix it. Because it's no effort for them. Easier said than done. Yeah.
Easier said than done.
Like, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.